How can you hear me? Is the connection good? Please put the points from 1 to 5 in the comments. 1 if the connection is bad, and 5 if the connection is good. Great, I'm glad to know that the connection is great. So we can start the presentation. Hello to everybody. My name is Karina. I am the partner of the company Business Process Technologies, the same as you. I am very glad to start this presentation for English-speaking partners because I think that we need to know how to use our devices in every language, right? I have a very great mood today. Hope the same as you. And by many requests of you, I made a presentation about how to read the reports on Life Expert device. Everybody has electric devices at home, like mobile phones, TV, right? Micro-oven. Everybody has electronic device, domestic device at home. We can use them with the basic. Thank you, John. Thank you, Vlodek. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you, Woj. Thanks to everybody. I'm glad that the connection is good. So everybody has at home electric devices, right? Even the mobile phone. We can use it only with the basic functions to call and to write the messages, or we can read the manuals and to know more about it. We will be able to take pictures, to go to the settings. Sophia? Please again, everybody write me if the connection is good. Can you hear me? Because some people still don't. Great. Vlodek, Sophia, do you still have troubles? The connection is good. Okay, so I will continue, don't worry. If you will have some troubles with connecting, you will be able to listen to the recording of the presentation. So what I was talking about, everybody has electric devices at home, right? So we can either use the basic functions of it, or we can go deeper and we can learn more, because actually everything is very easy. We just need to go a little bit deeper. In this case, we are working with the device, but this is not the electric device which we use at home. This is Life Expert device, which we use for our health, for testing natural biosystems of the body. I am the same user as you are. I am not a doctor, and I have made some conclusions from my personal experience, from listening to presentations of different speakers, and from talking to the doctors. I gathered all the information for you guys here in this presentation, and I want to share it with you. With Life Expert device, we get the chance to learn how to operate it because everything is very easy. And also, we get the chance to learn our body. Making the first test, we learn the software. If we do more and more tests, the software remembers our organism, remembers all the measurements, and gives us better information, gives us more information. Vlodek, Sophia, I'm sorry you still have no sound. You should try. I'm sorry. I want to answer to them. Okay, I will continue the presentation. We learn the organism, we learn our body, and we need to learn how to operate Life Expert device. Everything is super easy. You will be amazed of how easy it is actually. Let's start with the first question. Who can use this device? Anybody. Anybody can use this device. Any person, any individual, family, because it's very easy. We can use them to control the hands, the health and to do the selection of the drugs, food, etc. Any partner of a company who works with the dietary supplements, because with our device they can see where is the problem and which microelements are needed to the body. Also, a classical doctor for preliminary diagnosis. If the doctor has a patient and he doesn't know by the symptoms what's going on with the patient, by making a test on Life Expert device, he can either prescribe some treatment. I can't tell that he will put the diagnosis right away, but he will be able to see where is the problem and which analysis the person needs to do. Because we don't know to spend crazy money and do all the analysis just for the doctor to make sure which problem we have. And with Life Expert, it's very easy to find out which system of our body is suffering. Also, I would like to tell you some important information which we need to know before making a test. I didn't know about it when I just started to use the device, but then I gathered this information for you guys to know some secrets of the Life Expert. You need to make a test once a day, twice a day, once a week, when you have time, but approximately at the same time, in the same emotional condition. The device is sensitive and it is very important. If you are relaxed and you are doing a test, it will be different from the test which you do when you are angry, when you are tired. If you were crying and upset, the results will be totally different. And also you need to pay attention to those conditions which are the same from time to time. It also depends on the same things. If you are relaxed and you just woke up, you had a breakfast, you have great mood and you make a test, you will have one conditions. If you were running circles at the stadium or had a crazy day at work, the conditions may be different because your organs and systems will be exhausted, your aura can be weaker, and your chakras can be closed because you have no energy flow. So some conditions are the same from time to time, and please pay attention to those conditions. The temporary conditions are dependent on the current energy, organs, and system balance. It's very important. Let's go further. We need to drink enough water. I wrote for you in milliliters and in pounds because people have different measurements here. In America, pounds, and in Europe, milliliters. So 30 milliliters or 0.06 pounds on each kilogram of the body. We need to drink clean water every day. It will help you to get rid of the toxins, because the toxins can also influence on the results of our test. And the water makes a very good detoxification of our body and helping us to get rid of all the toxins we have. If there is an energy block, we need to drink a glass of clean water and then use energy restoring program 3 times within 15 minutes pause between them. If you don't know what does energy block mean, I will tell you later in the presentation. Also, we need to know what's forbidden for the test. What can spoil all the results? If we take dietary supplements before the test, pills, taking alcohol during the day, also it is forbidden to eat in 2 hours before making a measurement, to drink coffee, strong tea, or to smoke. It also influences on the measurement. And in 5 minutes before, you shouldn't drink water. Everything is very simple. And now the main topic of our presentation, everything that you were waiting for, is how to read the reports. It's also very easy. I will give you basic tips for future reading of the reports. So let's start with the first page of the report. First page is about the systems and organs. The basic stuff which we need to pay attention to is the percentage we have. I told you before that if the percentage is low, it's good. As higher the percentage, as worse it is. The doctors were working on practice with the device, and they paid attention and made a conclusion that if the percentage is very low, it means that the person has an energy block, which is caused because of the toxins. So this is not good. For example, 11% on the picture is a low measurement. 36 in the lymphatic system is normal. 74 is very high. I will tell you now how to define if the percentage is low, normal, and too big. How to define it. Everything is very easy. If the percentage is less than 20, it means that the activity of the system is reduced by toxins, different pathogens in chronic form, or displacement of the disc of the spine, osteochondrosis, and etc. If it's from 20 to 60, this is a normal characteristic. Don't worry about it. And I am glad that mostly people have the characteristics from 20 to 60. So this is normal. And if it gets more than 60, it means that you have tension or inflammation, allergic reaction. Please pay attention to it next time you do the test. The second picture is a diagram of organs and systems. How to read this one? So the green color, as you know, is good, right? Yellow color is a moderate hyperfunction. Red is a hyperfunction. Light blue is a moderate hypofunction. And dark blue is hyperfunction, right? So green color is good. Red and yellow means that we have inflammation. These columns are always high. The blue columns are always low. Dark blue are very low, super low. Blue color is not always very bad. If it's dark blue, then this is a bad condition. Orange color, which is yellow, is always bad. Also, we need to pay attention to the marks that I have made with the red line. If we have more than 5 columns of the same color, let's return to the previous picture. I have told you about energy blocks, and I have told you about low activity, low numbers. This is where we can see it in the systems. If we have a lot of columns of the same color, it usually means that the person has a lot of energy blocks, which is caused by toxins. So what should we do? We should put energy program, drink some water, as I told you before, and this is all resolved. Don't worry about it. So if we have the situation when everything is orange, it means that we need to make a test again once we run the energy program. Let's go to this picture. By looking at it, you can think that, oh, this person is pretty healthy, so many green columns on the picture. Nice. But, as I told you before, look at the numbers 11, 22, which I highlighted with the red color. We have too many columns of the same color. It means that in this place we have an energy block. And probably this color doesn't mean that everything is great with this organ or system. It means we need to work on it. It means we have some toxins. Let's go further. The third picture is spine. Everything is very easy. Green color is good. Blue color means that we have a weak spine. Dark blue means that maybe we had an injury and this part of the spine is very weak. We need to be careful with it. Yellow means that it means a little bit like tiredness. Red color means that we have some inflammation process going there, and we can feel clamping tension of the spine and possibility of the disc displacement in the red color. And we can see that the red color on this picture is TH17. So here the person can have the symptoms, which I marked on the picture. The next page is chakras and aura. Let's look at the aura. The aura is perfect when it's almost like a oval, like circle oval. It also means that there is a connection with organs, with symptoms, and also with the spine. If we have deep holes in the aura, we need to see which organs and systems it's related to. People who are very deep into aura and chakras and the practicing of the energy, they know more about the aura, the chakras. We have the chakras which are influencing different parts of our body. So these persons are very familiar with aura and how it's important for us, right? Because it influences our moods, our desire to do things, to work, to enjoy the life. We had a woman coming to us to make a test. She was very exhausted. She was saying, I just have a black line in my life. I don't want to work. I don't want to do anything. I wake up with no energy, literally, and I don't know what to do. Maybe you can tell me what's going on. We made a test for her, and her aura was very, very weak. So when you have a small measurements in the aura, you can feel that you have lack of energy, and it's very influencing our mood. You need to put the programs for chakras. We have programs for all of them. We have energy restoring program. You can run it a few times. Active protection, and you can make a test in a while to see what has changed. Probably your aura will be better. And you will have more desire to do things. You will feel more energy. And when we have energy, we are more happy, right? Let's go to the next picture where I will show you how the spine can be connected to our aura. On the picture, we have a weak spine with a purple discs. And this is the upper part of a spine, right? The middle part is good, and the down part has a little bit of tension, a little bit of not inflammation, but tiredness, because it has to do more work, because the upper part is very weak. So what can we see? That these blocks in the spine, they block blood circulation to the organs of head. And the test of this person was showing very low measurements, very bad measurements for the organs of head. We can see on the aura that the organs of head are like gone. We don't see them anymore. So we can see that the aura is very weak in this part. We can see the connection between the spine and the aura. Everything is very easy. The test results are very easy to read. Let's go to the next picture. The first and the second aura is for the same person. You can see the date when the measurement was made. It was 9th of June, and the second one was made on 14th of June. What do you think? Which aura is better and which aura is more correct? Please put in the comments. Which aura is better, the first one on the left or the right one? Which aura picture is better? First on the left. We can think like this if we don't know the story of the person. But it's also suggested before you make a test for somebody, you don't know which symptoms this person have, what did he drink or eat today, right? Before, on the first slides, I was showing to you that it's forbidden to eat right before the presentation, right? It's forbidden to take pills. It can influence and cause an energy block. On the first picture, the person was smoking right before making a test, which blocks the results. In a few days, we repeated the test. The second picture looks worse, but this is the real condition of the person. So before you make a test for somebody, do not hesitate to ask which symptoms the person has. And please make sure that the person knows what is not necessary to do right before the test. So he shouldn't smoke right before going for a test. The second picture is his real condition. The fifth page of the report is our chakras. We have different conditions. The chakras can be opened, neutral, or closed. What do you think? Is it good when we have the open chakra, neutral, or closed? Please write in the comments. What do you think? What is your opinion? Try not to read my comments, my tips. What do you think? Is the open chakra better than the neutral or not? Before making this presentation, I was thinking that when I have the open chakra, it's 100% better always in all the cases. But then when I got a little bit deeper about it, when I read some information and I saw by myself, open chakras means that you have a lot of energy, that you are open to this world, like 100% open. And if you don't know how to keep this energy, not to give it to all the world, I know that everybody here is a kind people, everybody here is very generous and we like to help each other, but we need to keep some energy for ourselves. So if you don't know how to keep this energy, not to spill it, not to give it, to share away all the energy you have, then open chakra is not always good for you. Neutral chakra condition is very good. We should share, yeah, but we need to keep a little bit to ourselves. I'm not saying that open chakra is bad if you don't know how to share the energy right, so that you don't come back home very excited without any energy for your family. Then probably it's better to have it neutral. Neutral chakra means that you are breathing in, breathing out, but you keep the energy inside of you. Neutral chakra is the best option. The energy is inside and the chakra is breathing. Everything is very easy. Also, you can ask me, where is the closed chakra? You want to know what does it mean? I will show you on the next picture. So the closed chakra basically means that there is no energy flow. It means fatigue. That's all. Very, very easy. Very simple. I think for this picture there is no more questions. So neutral chakra is good. We have the energy. Chakra is breathing. We are not giving it away, but we are kind people, generous. So open chakra means that we have a lot of energy and we are open to this world. But if we don't know how to operate with this energy, we can give it away very fast. The next picture is the 6th page. This page is the most important for me. I used to not even look to the first pages, but run into this one super fast just to see the conclusion. Like, the process doesn't matter, the conclusion is the most important. Okay, so we need to see what is the general information on this page and how we need to read it. So we can see the possible overloading of the body with toxins of parasites. We need to pay attention to those percentage which are higher than 50%. So we have 100%, which is higher than 50, means that we need to pay attention to these parasites. If you make a test and in another test you have different parasites showing different active parasites, it doesn't mean that you didn't have them when you were making a previous test. It means that at the moment of the measurement, they were not active. The doctors and the scientists say that the human being can carry inside of the body kilograms of the different parasites. So if it didn't show the first time, but it showed on the 3rd time you make a test, and then on the 4th time you see it again, then probably you have it, and especially if the percentage is more than 50. Sometimes if the percentage is very low, it can show you the memory, like you were a child, you had some disease, and the body still has a small memory of you having this parasite, but you don't have it anymore. The low numbers, lower than 50%, we don't pay attention to them. Okay? And the next, if we see the minerals and vitamins deficiency, for example, magnesium deficiency, silicon deficiency, you can be surprised, like, how is it possible? I use supplements every day. I drink all these vitamins. But we need to eliminate the parasites first, not to rush to feed them with some certain vitamins. And then when the parasites are eliminated, then this is when we can start taking these vitamins, because sometimes the deficiency of specific vitamin can be caused because of the parasite. You take the vitamin and you feed the parasite with this vitamin. Everything is easy. Let's go further. The age, actual age and physiological age. Also, I get questions from people what it is and how you count all these columns. I will tell you. Actual age is how old you are. The person is 43. Physiological age is how your organs and systems feel at the moment of the measurements. If you are exhausted, your organs can feel like you are 46. The third stage is red color, difference between the physiological and actual age. So we do 46 minus 43. This coefficient is 3, and aging factor is 1.07. So we need to define 46, our physiological age, on 43, our actual age. Very easy. Now you know how to count these measurements. Everything is easy. So, the influence which we find in our body caused by parasites, some disc displacements, or problems with organs and systems, the one thing is to find out, and the other thing is to help our organism to get rid of this. That's why we have our best and loved by everyone here, the device Life Balance, which influences in 3 directions: anti-parasitic protection, regulation and harmonizations of the body, and universal energy restoring program. So we can make a test. We can use an automatic complex. We can see the results, what has changed. Now with my tips, you know how to do that. You know how to read the results. Everything is very easy. And with Life Balance device, you can help your organism to be healthy, to be well, and to be in shape. Also, I wanted to show you an example how our program works. I would suggest everybody who gets tired at work and who comes back very tired in the evening, especially if your work requires you to sit in the office for a long time and you come back tired, to use a back fatigue program. As you remember, this picture of the spine on the left, I have already shown this picture to you earlier of the person as an example. So we put the back fatigue program for this person and look at the results. Incredible. Everything is literally better. Amazing Life Balance device. This is a result of a complex which everyone has in pre-installed programs. Now I want to show you the result after using the automatic complex. It was made on a child. So the mom came to the office and asked to make a test for the child. These 2 tests were made with 1 day difference. The kids are more open to the devices, especially young kids. So the girl has 4 years. The mom came to us. She had a problem that her daughter didn't want to eat. We found out that the problem is with the digestive system and made an automatic complex for her, which she was using for 1 day. And the next time she comes, the next day, you can see it was 26th of August, and the second one was on 27th of August. We can see that the results got really better. Those columns which were orange, a lot of them became green. Those that were red, some of them became green, some became orange. And the spot between 28th and 34th, it got also better. So with our devices, our technologies, it's very easy for everybody to be healthy, to be able to enjoy the life, because we can have different aims in our life, but all of them are easy to make if we are healthy. If we are sick, we don't think about anything else but about how to be healthy. We don't think about earning money, we don't think that much, and we don't have strength to spend more time with our family. We don't have energy to think about love, about wealthy life. Everything we want is to be healthy, to enjoy the life, and to reach the aims we have in our life. Also, I would like to tell you more about the Life Pro application for those who is interested on what these icons on the application mean. And also I would like to tell you some information about Life Expert device. It's not about how to read the reports, it's in general for you to know more about the basic work of this device. So we have Life Expert device. It's very easy to use for individuals and family. And also we have Life Expert Profi device. This is a topic of a different webinar. I won't tell about it a lot. This is for people who understand the medicine more, for the doctors, for holistic doctors, and also for people who are very deep into health, even if you're not a doctor, but you're knowledgeable and you want to learn how to operate the functions of this device. It's very interesting. I turned on the video about this device before making a speech, and I'm sure that all of you are familiar with it. This is a topic of the next webinar. I would also like to tell you some more information about Life Expert. People from my team has already been on the webinar where I told about it, but there are a lot of new people who I see here, and I want to share with you this information. You can ask yourself a question: why the results from the Life Expert test, which are made with 1 hour difference, can be different? To answer these questions, the person should understand the essence of the method. For a better understanding, let's use the example of the tonometer. I think everybody knows what is the tonometer. If you don't, I will tell you. It measures the pressure in the calm state. So if you are relaxing, your pressure will be regular, normal. If you are going to rush to the 5th floor without elevator, or if you are going to run at the stadium, or if you are going to do any other sport and you will measure the pressure with a tonometer, the results will be higher. This is normal. Our organism is changing and it's sensitive to the changes. And this increased pressure will not mean that we are sick with something. Also, if the person has 33 degrees by Celsius, it doesn't mean that we are super healthy. Normal temperature doesn't mean that we are healthy. We understand that our pressure can change throughout the day, and this is normal. So the tonometer is not a diagnostic device and does not give us a diagnosis. It shows the state of our body in total, and why does the pressure rises? We can only guess. There are thousands of reasons for it. Making a parallel with a tonometer, I want to talk about express testing for the skin resistance of biologically active points. It works as 47 different tonometers. Each one measures its organs or system. At the same time, during the day, as you already understood, the picture can change. For example, when a person came from the street and makes a test, he has a rapid pulse. All the organs and systems are in a tonus. Then, after some time, when he sits down in a room to make another test, he comes down, the pulse slows down, and if the second test didn't change at all, it would mean that the test is not working. Of course, the results will be different. Another question: how to understand possible changes in the organs and systems, and what does the percentage near parasites mean? I told you before we need to pay attention only the percentage which is higher than 50, and how does it get calculated? Only a doctor can make a final diagnosis after a series of clinical tests. Express testing makes assumptions. How it works? In the database on the server, there are more than 23,000 diagrams of the express method of patients whose diagnoses have been confirmed by clinical tests. This database is constantly updated by the manufacturer. When you send the measurements to Decrypt, the server compares your indicators with the diagrams and database, and the system finds those results with which your data coincides within 6% of the deviation. For understanding, let's give an example. Your chart coincided with 200 patients in a database. The system selects these 200 patients and takes them for 100%. Then it chooses their diagnosis and displays them to you in a report indicating the percentage, like how many cases of these 200 patients was the cause of this or that disease. For example, if from 200 patients in a database with the same chart as you have, for 150 the cause of it would be Giardia, then in the report you will see Giardia 75%. If you take 200 people with similar results, is 100%. 150 of them it's caused by Giardia, then it will be 75%. Mathematic. It's all a formula. This application, the software works by a certain formula. This way we get a list of changes, the probability of which is the highest at the test results. And since the picture of the diagram changes periodically, we recommend doing several measurements, one time per day, for 3 days, or for a week, and pay attention to repeated weights, as I told before. How does Life Expert makes automatic complexes? If the results of the test sometimes are a bit different, how will the complex be created and how will it treat? As you know, there is a database of 23,000 measurements of patients with their clinically approved diseases on the server. The second database on the server contains the causative agents of these diseases, bacteria, viruses, parasites, and fungi, with total of 785,000 therapeutic and harmonizing frequencies. After going through 23,000 measurements, where to find these diagrams? This information is on the server. So you send the information to the server, it checks it and makes you the conclusion in a PDF. You can see 23,000 diagrams of people who were clinically tested with their names. This information is on the server. If you have more questions, when I finish the presentation, please remember about your questions. I will answer to them. And if your questions are deep, I will write you my email after the presentation. And you will be able to write me your questions. If for some of them I will need to talk to the doctors to answer to you, I will answer, don't worry. Once I finish the presentation, you can ask all the questions. Thank you so much. So the program looks at the clinical diagnosis, finds the pathogens, and collects a set of frequencies which you download to your device. This system is already better than by the ability of a doctor, because a doctor cannot keep all the frequencies in his head. And the system has a huge memory with all these frequencies inside. At the same time, as you know, a huge advantage of bioresonance is that if you have a parasite and the complex as programmed, it will start make a positive influence and treat you. If you don't have it, then the frequencies will just go through and no way affecting your body. This has a huge advantage over frequent medical practice, where the doctor is making the assumption about the diagnosis, appoints one type of pills, and if after some type of pills don't work, they appoint you another one, but the pills affects you anyways. Therefore, because the state of your body is constantly changing, this is normal that complexes are slightly different from each other. Those results which are visible in the test each time get their own set of frequencies in the program. For those which percentage in the body is small, you take the frequencies as prevention. Also, I wanted to tell you, if you have any questions about where to find all this English information, I have made a Google document. I can pass you the link here to find this Google document, or I can leave my email. You can write me, and if you're a partner of Business Process Technologies, I will send you the link. There's an access to videos, documents, and important links that I have made myself for English-speaking partners to make it easier to use. Now, if anybody has questions, please you can ask. And also, only the last picture is left of how to use LivePro application. Please tell me if this information is actual for you or not. Do you want to learn how to use LivePro application or not? And also, I am open to listen to your questions. Does somebody have a question? Is it possible to check? No, this information is not showing in the program. If you want to, I can ask the manufacturer why. This information is not showing. You download the complex on your device, right from the application. LivePro is translated into English, and it should be available soon. I will let you know. To talk about it more, I think it should be another presentation, another webinar. I will need to get ready to explain everything to you in a better way. Could you give the link of the server where are 23,000 diagrams? Do you know the difference between blood test and rapid test? Okay, the information about the server was 23,000 diagrams. I don't have the access to this server. You can ask your sponsors, but this information, like we send the test to the server. This server is located in the company, and we don't have the access to see the results of these 23,000 patients. If you are telling about the clinically proved results of using the life balance, it's a different story, but diagrams of different patients, these people were tested in the clinic, their results are clinically approved, and this is a database which helps Life Expert to make a conclusion. You can write me an email if you wish. I will write you my email right here. So if anybody wants to get this link with Google document with a lot of information in English, please write to me. I will send it to you, and I will ask your deep questions in there. What is the difference between the blood test and rapid test? The rapid test is like a tonometer, which is making the chart. It's making a test of a natural biosystems of the body. So we connect it to the head, to the hands, and to the feet. These are biologically active parts. And with the frequency, we check our organs and systems. If you do a blood test, the doctors check what's inside your blood. So Life Expert is not testing what is inside your blood. It's making a test by biologically active points of the body. Are there any other questions? You're welcome. You can write to my email if you have more questions that require somebody else's help or the doctor. I will be glad to answer. I am also the same partner as you are, and I use the Life Expert device. I didn't go so deep to ask for 23,000 of clinically proved results. I was glad that you enjoyed the presentation. And the last part, do you want to see how to use Life Pro application? You're welcome. It's only the second presentation which I make, and my native language is not English, so sorry for my accent. Okay, so the last picture I made for you is how to use Life Pro application. Number one, select a program. So we have antiparasitic programs, therapeutic programs set, yes, and my programs. My programs are those that you made yourself. I will not talk about how to make yourself a program in this presentation, because first I want you to understand the basics. The next presentation, if you decide, I will show you how to make a program by yourself by using the frequencies which are in the system. The second stage is search. If you don't know in which section is the program that you want to find, you put the name in the search. Sometimes you type, you are sure that there is a program with this name, but you can't find it. So you just need to not to type the whole word, type first 3 or 4 letters and it should come out. The system works fast and good. These names with triangulars, these are the sections. These are antiparasitic sections, detoxification, dermatology, influenza, and the others. If we click on the triangular, we open the section. And we will see all the programs which go into this section. If you only click on the section and then on the number 5 on the line, you won't download all the programs here. You will need to open and choose one by one. Once you open the section, you choose a program, you click on the 5, and they are at the complex contents. Lines number 7, up and down, you choose if you want to roll up or down to put a pause on the program, or if you want to delete it, you click the button number 6. So you go up and down with the 7, and then you delete or choose a pause. I was talking with the doctor, and she said that we need to put a pause for 1 minute. It would be enough, but the pause is necessary when we program life balance device. Because if you give multiple different frequencies which you put in the complex without any pause, we need our organism to relax 1 minute before receiving the different frequencies for a different organ, system, or another parasite. So the pause is necessary. Then when you gather all the programs you want to download in the complex contact, you click on number 9 and they will appear here. Before this, you need to name your complex. Number 10, you put the name. I made a complex detoxification. I put a name. I click number 9 when I gather all the programs and they are here. Number 12, you can see this is the length of your programs. It shows 3 times. What is very easy is how to set the language, 11. What you may not know is number 7. Do you have any example how to see if some food or pills is good for you or not? I have it on my laptop. I didn't download it to the conference room. So please write to my email and I will send it to you, okay? It's on my another laptop. I will show you how it works. So you make a test without a supplement. You see the results. What you need to see is only a diagram of organs and systems. You go to rapid test. You make a regular test. Then you put a supplement or you choose from the supplements that we already have in the system. And you go to matching preparations. You do the test right away after a regular one. And you need to open a diagram of organs and systems of a regular test and of the one which you made with the supplement or food. And you can see which organs and systems react in which way. For example, you had all like green lines and it became blue. It means that this product is not good for you. If it was orange and it became green, or it was red, it became orange. So if the measurements are better than they were, it means that this supplement is good for you. Who is interested? Also, I can say answer your questions on my email, and I can send you this information. Okay, what you may not know about Life Pro is number 7. This is an archive. Once you make a complex and you press 14 to download on your device, it asks you, do you want to save a complex on your laptop? You click yes, and it will be saved as an archive. If you want to open it and to use for yourself or for somebody else, it's a general program that you made, you click on number 7 on the folder, you open the archive, and it will be shown in the third window you just downloaded on your device. It's very easy. The bottom number 13 is used when you already have the programs on your Life Balance device and you don't want to delete them, you want to add more. Then you click the bottom number 13 before downloading the new programs. That's all about Life Pro, about Life Expert reading reports. This presentation will also be in the Google link, which I can send to your email. This presentation will be here in the PDF, and I will send to you the video, the recording of today's webinar. Thank you very much for attention. I give you my contacts. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Hope it wasn't very boring. I want you to know that it's very easy to use the device. It's very easy to read the reports. We just need to go a little bit deeper just to read something, to watch something. That's why I made this presentation for you. So you would know these basic tips for using the Life Expert. Thank you so much and see you on the next webinar. I would like to have the webinars more often, to have the webinars maybe once a week to tell you some more information. So please talk to your sponsors, ask them about topics you want to discuss. I hope we will gather more people who will be helping me with the webinars. We already have some people who want to help. So I want you to be professionals, and maybe in the future, who knows, some of you will be also making webinars. Thank you so much for attention, for listening to me. Have a good day, some of you a good night. And thank you for attention. Goodbye.